Sup, my name is RyuAvalonGaming for the TheYugiohCouncil. Welcome to Coffee Time, your Monday morning discussion video released in the evening, because I've run 5 channels. I'm trying to get videos on all of them. How you doing? Anyways, welcome back. If you're new, hello for the first time. And today's video is going to be a very special video because it comes from a different mindset, and we're going to be talking about the next upcoming meta decks. Good choices, and everything you need to know about them. But before we do, as we typically do, we're going to be spending about 2.5 minutes, possibly 3, talking about updates that regard the shell and just the overall everything we do. And for some people, it's like the real video starts here. No, it really doesn't. But if you're not interested in the channel updates, just skip ahead until you start hearing me say the following, like meta decks or whatnot. So, these are the announcements I made via Facebook, but not everyone's on my, TheYugiohCouncil's Facebook. So, returning to the channel after reading your feedback, combo guides, next meta series, subscriber showcase, that's a big one, and how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! This series. Basically, that's going to be for new players, as well as card versus card and pack versus. These are things that I've been meaning to bring back for a long time, so there's a few things I want to go over here. The How to Play series is basically going to be for newer players, and the reason I'm going to talk about this, I'm not trying to attack Slayer or Asianize or whoever wants to call himself this week, but to say that RIP Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not a thing. I mean, I talk about all aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's something I do, but Yu-Gi-Oh's not dying, it's not slowing down. It's just harder to get new people in, and I think something like this is what the player base needs for the newer players to come on in and not just get curb stomped to the corner and just all be elitists. So that's something I personally want to do. Again, not a cheap shot at Slayer, just throwing it out there. Subscriber Showcase. Send your replays to subscribershowcase@gmail.com. Get them in with about a week or so, because I want to get that out. Combo guides returning this week. That's going to be probably the first thing returning, because when the time this gets uploaded, I'll be working on the Blue Eyes August 2016 build that overhauls the entire deck, and there's going to be a brand new combo guide for it that will follow suit. Wednesday we have Dark Illusions, so I'm not sure of a day that's going up, because Friday is Let's Talk, which is that new series that I premiered on Friday. Thank you guys for the feedback, and I really do appreciate it. Now, I'm not sure if this video is going to have music in it, but if it does, I'm going to listen back to it 80 times before I release the video, because I know sometimes my headphones come through a little bit different than your headphones or your speakers. I just want to make sure that everyone gets it. So, for the moment, probably not. But these are the possible next meta decks and good rogue choices that I see coming up that I want to talk about, or that I think will actually be good. So, we don't know when Konami is giving us a new ban list. That's a thing that we just have to deal with at the moment, and we're going to have to move forward from it. I say after Worlds, because we just got the Worlds 2016 ban list. Also, thank you guys for showing your love, your support on that video too, because it makes me look at it and go, okay, you guys want more of this kind of stuff. It's okay to really do it. And don't worry, for those of you wondering, the casual stuff, the beginner stuff, the meta stuff, it's all going to be kind of baked together throughout the week. There's going to be something for everyone. That's a promise. Especially once I finish those IRL duel videos this week. Hopefully have it out this week, if not on the weekend. So, let's talk about the big one, Evil Swarms. Now, why Evil Swarms? Well, it's Felgrand Blue Eyes, there's Blue Eyes, there's possible Cosmos if we count the bigger ones. Spiral's got some big guys, but that's really about it. Oh wait, there's a deck called Trains. So Evil Swarm does have a pretty good matchup across the board. They're able to protect themselves, and they're a good rogue kind of cock-blocky deck. Now, I can't speak for the fact that, if the deck would use Card Demise, because I don't want to eat my fucking words by saying, yeah, they wouldn't run it, and then they would. It wouldn't make sense to run it, but you never know, because it could just be another good Floodgate deck. And the reason I'm going to leave Cleaforts off this is because, again, we don't know if Card Demise will survive the ban list. I know some people are saying one thing or some people are another. This isn't a prediction. This is just pretty much going off the general. These pretty much have a good chance. Cosmos. I think it's still relatively early to say the deck is going to die off that quickly. Because if we look at Burning Abyss, they adapt, they evolved, and they're still around. And I think Cosmos, in some shape or form, are going to be potent in that next kind of list. You know, coming out of it. I think the biggest thing that everyone is assuming will get hit is probably Dark Destroyer. I think me personally, I'd probably say Cosmotown. Reason I say Cosmotown is because of the way deck functions and just the, you know, cleaning up the hand. The other thing I would probably say is Card Demise. Those are the two I'd mainly look at, but again, it's just one of those on the fence things. Monarchs pretty much fall under the same category as Cosmos because we don't know what cards are going to be hit, and the deck has proven itself to be, you know, a flux, able to flux through, just basically able to adapt. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's definitely something I think we're going to see. But I just want to talk about some like other decks that are not getting as much attention that do have possibilities of going up. One of them is Dark Magician. It's kind of an odd pick to say Dark Magician, but I'm going to be the guy who throws it out there. The deck is pretty much the reverse of Blue Eyes in the sense that it plays with lots of traps and lots of spells and lots of locking down. Secret Villages, Spellcasters, then you have like Night End Sorcerer with Azure to bring back Dark Magician if you want to play it that way. But the big thing the deck does is banish out important pieces of your deck. And that is huge. Now, again, their matchup is really, in my eyes, going to come down to how well they're going to be able to deal with Cosmos. Like Dark Destroyer, that's going to be the one thing in their way that's going to be like, oh, fuck, that's a pain. I can't target something. Things that can't be targeted, also a problem for the deck, but I may be misspeaking. They may have an out to it more than Raigeki. But again, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I haven't fully sat down and played with it like I have with Blue Eyes. My attention has been on Blue Eyes. I know many of you want me to say Blue Eyes. Don't worry, it's coming up. Raid Raptors. One of those under the radar, has been good. Just very shy of reaching that rogue status. Now, some of you are probably thinking, okay, Ryu, if it hits rogue status, it doesn't make it that good. Mermails hit pretty much rogue status, and they're still a really good choice. I think what it would take for Raid Raptors right now is a meta nuke, the game slowing a little bit, less floodgates, and a Lore of Darkness at 3. That's just my opinion on it. I may be completely wrong. Subterria, that's an archetype coming out of Dark Illusions, in case you haven't been following like Dark Illusion stuff. They're interesting, and I think the only real way they could make an impact at the moment is the surprise factor with like Carved Demise, or the simple way of basically mixing it with Shadow's. I think that has a, that's wrong. Shadow Trains, not Shadow Subterria. It's Subterria Prediction Princess. That's a thing, but I think it's incredibly slow. But again, if the game state slows down, and I think Konami's pushing these guys, it just, they're screaming they're going to become meta. So, as I was editing Coffee Time, which you're watching right now, and the audio is going to sound a little bit different in this little cue part, I forgot to talk about Metal Foes, and I could not allow myself not to talk about Metal Foes, because they're pretty much going to be top contender besides Cosmos and everything else that will be remaining off the list. Metal Foes are shaping up to be one hell of a deck, whether it be Metal Foe Yang Zing, which we'll talk about Yang Zing momentarily, or whether it just be Metal Foe Gofu, the Vague Shadow, something that comes out of Dark Illusions, is going to see high amounts of play in here. Hello, dog. And it's going to be, you know, they're a fusion deck, kind of like Ignite Shadow, if you would. If you don't know anything about them, that's the easiest way for me to describe them. They get searches off their cards by destroying cards, and if you combine that with Yang Zing, that gets really stupid. Yang Zing also have a possibility of becoming meta, because I said it before, they were always just a little bit away from becoming meta, but not quite good enough to get there. But with their new counter trap card and their new synchro, they just have pretty much everything they could need to really put them up there on that pedestal and go, hey, I am just good enough to become meta. So those are two decks I did forget to mention, but I put it in during editing because I love you guys. So enjoy the rest of the video. Let's talk about Spiral. I've seen a lot of Yugi tubers, especially Lithium. I do watch Lithium, the guy's amazing. You know, I've seen them basically put decks together that, me personally, I'm kind of waiting till the deck gets more support other than just like 4 cards. I know Burning Abyss was a thing with 4 cards. Spiral are really interesting to say the least. because you have like the main warrior guy that looks like it works with Convulsion and Nature, but again, consistency is probably the most important thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides, possibly running Vandy's Emptiness in a tournament scene. Just throwing it out there. But they have an amazing effect. It's interesting to see where they're going to go. Are they going to take the UA route and Subterria are going to take the Cosmo route, or is it going to be reversed that? That's kind of my thing. The big one, besides Blue Eyes, is Trains. It's kind of a thing that everyone thinks that, okay, the deck's falling out of flavor. All it would really take is just a meta nuke, and then basically everyone's going to be coming out with different ideas. I think this would be coming off, this next ban list. I think this would be the format where you see more than just 2 decks topping or 3 decks topping. Now, I didn't mention Phantom Knights because I really do think they would still have potential, but I think it kind of be pushed out because it depends what happens with Dante. Like, for example, if Dante's at 1, that kind of slows down that deck a little bit, but again, they can make do with just the 1, but it still hurts them to some degree. Solemn Notice is a card that's up there that it eventually needs to be limited, if not now. Then that's also something that could hurt them. So there's a lot of, we don't know what Konami's really planning for, but pretty much let's talk about the big one you guys have been waiting for me to talk about, is Blue Eyes. I really do find Blue Eyes to be that deck that's going to get tops here and there, but it won't consistently be the number 1 deck or a problem deck pretty much at all. That's just how I see it, because it's very easy to counter, and even though it's easy to counter, it can easily still take wins. You can still top. But what I'm getting at, in plain and simple, I think there's so much that has potential. It depends. Like, if we're talking legit, and you want a game state where Blue Eyes is meta, we're going to need a meta nuke, we're going to need less back row, and it's pretty much going to come down to Dark Magician and Blue Eyes in August. Plain simple. It would come down to Blue Eyes, Cosmos, Monarchs, remainder of those, PK Fire, or just PK at that point, Phantom Knights, and Blue Eyes. Then, when we get to October, that's when, as you guys like to say it, but I don't like to say it for obvious reasons, we get the deck that pretty much is Solitaire, ABC. It's the reason European X is going up. And I don't mean to call it Solitaire, it's just pretty much summon Gold Gadget or Silver Gadget, put a piece, search a piece, make European X, get 3rd piece, make ABC, control board. Oh wait, guys, I got Galaxy Soldier, make Cyber Dragon Infinity, lock board. And there's a couple ways to jump over that. Like, if I tribute the ABC for Santa Claus, I special a Cyber Dragon. Oh wait, fuck all that. I just play system down, get nullified by Cyber Dragon Infinity, cry in the corner. Konami, why aren't you just making Plinko machines instead of making cards? No, honestly, ABC is going to be one of those really fast, aggressive, powerful decks that we're going to have to worry about. And whether you like it, whether you hate it, whether you think it's not going to be meta or it's going to be meta, it's going to have a presence. Whether you want to admit it or not, that deck will have a presence. It will be a son of a bitch to go up against. That's just me being completely honest. To be fair though, we'll probably find ways of dealing with it. And there'll probably be a lot more trap heavy decks running around. And like I said, not calling Blue Eyes bad. Mermail left out because I don't really know what to say about Mermail, because they've always been a good deck. And they may get a few random tops, but I just don't want to put them on there, because you never know what Konami's just going to say. Okay, this deck has had enough time in the sun. Let's just hit it and be completely done with it. So it's just one of those things. Now I'm going to close off this video by saying the following. I am listening to what you guys say to me, what you tell me when it comes to it. The Blue Eyes Chaos Max deck that I posted on Saturday was actually recorded about 2.5 weeks ago, way prior to anything that came out after the, guys, I want to talk to you, let me know what you think, where you want the channel to go, because I am listening. I'm not trying to, shoot anyone down. I am listening to you guys and what you want. Because I would not be here on this channel in this way, up with this subscriber count, not throwing it in anyone's face. I can name like 8 YouTubers that are up and coming just like I am that have more subs. I don't need to come off sounding that way. I'm trying to be very, very genuine with this. It's amazing what we have here on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, but I want to go back to my roots. And when I constantly say that, I want to help people who are just trying to start getting in the game. Whether it be 1 or 2 people, whether it be 500. I want to help people if they need, just ideas. I'm not telling you what to run in your deck, but if you need an idea and you want to brainstorm, we can brainstorm. I want that community feel again on the channel. And I know for like 6 months, I was like out of the YouTube comments. I just kind of shut down when I was writing the album I'll have dropping next year on YouTube. So that's my fault. And I feel bad for it. And if you made it this far, then I just have to say thank you. I can't wait to show you tomorrow what I have for Tech Tuesday. I can't wait to show you new Blue Eyes deck. I can't wait to show you Dark Illusions on the channel. I can't wait to talk about stock market. I can't wait to show you Friday's video, which is already recorded, edited, and uploaded. Just working on the thumbnail. I can't wait to show you Saturday and Sunday. Here's a new guide to your side. Here's an IRL duel video, and show you what I goddamn do the best at. A jack of all trades of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you like that and you're new to the channel, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant, then this is the channel for you. Because it may take me time to respond to you, but I will respond to you as long as you ain't no troll. You want to genuinely talk and need help? I'm down. I can't thank you guys enough, for where we're going. All the smaller channels are breaking out. The network's at 400. You guys want to see me play games. RyuAvalonGaming, you guys are smashing it. You want to see me play Pokemon, the PokemonCouncil, you are smashing it. And I can't thank you guys enough. It means the world. For me to come on here every Monday and cut a discussion video like this. I call it a cut because that's just what it is. But thank you guys. I'll see you next Monday for coffee time. I'll see you tomorrow for the brand new August version of Blue Eyes. Which ironically, I may not be answering comments for 2 major reasons. Anniversary, 9th anniversary of being married. Son's 5th birthday. So I may not be in the YouTube comments, but those videos are goddamn coming out. We already have to talk. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace.